Welcome to another video from WWF AA Era, the latest news coming out of the Q1 financial briefing call that WWE held a couple of days ago now is that Brock Lesnar may be done with the WWE. Vince McMahon has hinted that the fact that Brock Lesnar is no longer with the company is the reason why the Raw ratings have dropped so much over the last few weeks. To quote, he said, "It suffered because we bring in a lot of new talent into Raw and it takes a lot to get new talent over. We don't have Brock Lesnar any longer and it takes a lot of time to get new talent over." Now this to me suggests that we don't have Brock Lesnar anymore means that Brock's deal has come to an end. He has worked all of his dates and they haven't agreed any new contract at this point. With Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman having their first championship runs, you can see why he's saying this. There is a lot more new talent being pushed. Talent that has been around for a bit but has never had this sort of focus or opportunity. And with Brock Lesnar away, maybe now we'll start having current world champions on the TV shows every week. However, this doesn't seem to be helping currently ratings. There's no doubting that Brock Lesnar attracts certain type of fans and that he's a huge name in the wrestling world, a huge name in the fighting world, a huge name in general in the entertainment business. However, it must be said that the ratings on Raw never really reached the pinnacle of what I think Vince McMahon would have probably hoped. In fact, I think I saw the other week that Brock Lesnar was part of the worst Raw rated segment in the history of Raw, which says a lot and speaks volumes to maybe people's feelings toward Brock Lesnar, how he treats the business, how he sort of squashes talent constantly, and he's very rarely in the spotlight unless he has the World Championship. For years now, it has been rumoured that Brock Lesnar will be going back to UFC, especially given the fact that he went face-to-face with DC while still being signed with the WWE. He also has indicated in previous interviews, I watched the Stone Cold podcast from a few years back, that he knew where he was heading, and the fact that he had that disease whilst he was in the octagon but still fought, he said in the past that that's probably hindered his progress and he could definitely go back and show everybody what he's truly made of now that he's disease free. There's no doubt that UFC and Dana White would definitely take him back. It would be so much money, and after the current situation, the coronavirus hopefully passes by, I can see that being a huge event. However, for Vince McMahon to blame the Raw ratings drop on the fact that Brock Lesnar is no longer on Raw, no longer at the company, especially like I've just said, given that he's not exactly been part of huge rating segments in the past, it speaks volumes as to why he's got the pushes he's got and why he's got the championship runs he's got. But is Brock Lesnar really that much of a draw? I'll let you decide that. I personally think that I can see it, but to get the pushes he gets, definitely doesn't get the payoff that Vince hopes for. Vince decides instead to stay away from the fact that the current pandemic has clearly changed people's attitudes to not necessarily wrestling, but attitudes to what they watch. People are streaming more. Maybe the WWE Network views have gone up, but people are using Netflix, people are using Disney Plus. People are watching other things other than wrestling at the moment, and that's a big reason why I think the ratings have gone down. Two of the reasons why the ratings have probably gone down is due to the fact that there's no fan interaction, regardless of what Vince tries to play off, and the fact that he's not even mentioning the virus on any show, in trying to create this sort of world where it's not a reality. But without fans, it's just not the same. Wrestling needs the fans, it needs the reactions, it needs the engagement to be the entertainment that it is. Final reason why I think ratings have gone so far down, it's been the case over the last few years, is that Vince says that they're pushing talent, but the creative is just too lousy. And let's be honest, these wrestlers, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, have been around a long time, and there has been instances where they've pushed them and made them powerhouses, but it's just not allowed them. They haven't been given storylines to have people invested in them, to make them build a legacy, to make people care about their matches. And I think that there needs to be a big spruce up of how they do creative in the WWE. I don't know what hinders it so much. To me, it doesn't seem like it should be that difficult with the money and the amount of creative people they have there. But yes, there needs to be a massive change in the way that talent is pushed. If they put as much effort as they put into Brock Lesnar's pushes, and like they're putting into the Fiend's pushes, then I think a lot more talent will be able to get over it a lot quicker and a lot more investment from fans. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the current situation. That's my thoughts on Brock Lesnar. I think he's possibly is done with WWE. I think he's worked up his dates, and he's ready to go back to the UFC. But what do you think? Do you think he's just taking another break, especially given the current pandemic? Or do you think that maybe he is done and he's going back to UFC? And what do you think is the big reason why WWE's ratings are dropping both on Raw and SmackDown? Do you agree, or do you have different comments? Be sure to leave a comment, like, share and subscribe to this channel. A lot more content will be coming out soon, and thanks for watching.